Welcome back to AB Incubators Workshops. Today we're going to do a small short video on how to set up and program a West 2300 controller. This controller was fitted to Mark 6 professional incubators up to November 2011 and is also fitted to any of the Mark 6 professional incubators with a USB output for linking to your computer. Okay. Two levels of programming on this controller. The first level is a little tricky to get into, so I'll show you how to get into it. I'll do it a couple of times so that you can see exactly how you do it. Okay, you start by pressing the left and right buttons at the same time and hold them in until the display flashes. Once it's flashing, you press the center button and you'll get SENS come up. SENS is the parameter for the sensor, so it tells the controller what type of sensor is fitted. This particular machine has a PT100 Class A sensor and the parameter for that is 810. Okay, to move to the next parameter you press the left hand button twice. RLO, this is the minimum set point that the machine will accept, so if you're trying to run the machine below 0 it will not accept the setting. Okay, press twice again to get RHI. This is the highest setting the processor will accept, so 40 degrees is the maximum temperature you can set the machine to. Left one twice again. Out S, this tells the controller where the outputs are configured. So 0.212, this particular setting is used for the USB version of the machine, which we'll cover in a different video. So I'm actually going to take this down to 210, which is the correct setting for a standard Mark 6 professional machine without USB connections. Press it twice again to get to SPS. This is a parameter that we use, and the setting must always be 1. So the left one twice again. AL1T. This tells the alarm how it's to function, so this particular setting is derivative, so it's working in relation to the set point. Whatever you change the set point to, the alarm will track with it and stay above. CNTL is the control. This is RP, which is basically a proportional control, but it's based in PID, proportional, integral and derivative algorithms. Twice again comes to tune. This has two options, manual or easy. For setting the machine up with factory settings, it needs to be on manual. So if we leave that for a few seconds, this will then time out and go back to reading the current temperature inside the machine. It's usual to have the yellow light flashing while this is in the setup mode. Okay, we should be nearly there. Okay, so it's now going through performing its checks again, accepting all the new settings that have been put in. The 16.1 is the temperature inside the incubator at the moment. So that's the basic way you want the unit to control set up. Now we'll go in and put some of the finer controls in. So to get into this parameter, you press the right and center buttons together and hold them. There we go, SP. SP is the set point. This one's set to 40 as a default, so we'll take that down to 37. We are the 37.5. There we go. Okay, so press the left one twice. PB, proportional band. This is the amount either side of the set point that the controller will allow to control within. 0.5 is the lowest setting. You can't lower it any more than that, so that's the lowest setting. That's where you need to be for that one. Reset, this is how quickly it recycles its measurement and correction program. 3.40. default setting from the factory. You can change this if your machine is a bit twitchy or it's not performing exactly as it should. A higher figure will actually increase the cycle time, and it should stabilize the machine a little more. Okay, left one twice again. Rate. This again is one of the ways that the controller programs are altered. This particular one, we never change far from 0.35. We've tested many machines, and this appears to give us the best possible control. So 0.35. Left one twice again. Bias. 25 is the default setting for this for all the applications we use. 8L minus. This is the amount in degrees centigrade that the alarm operates at. So if the machine, for some unknown reason, whether it's in a hot room or the sun's on it or whatever, goes half a degree over the set point, in this case 37.5, it will fire the alarms. And it will fire the alarms until it returns to the set point figure. Filter. This is a way of damping down the readings that come back from the sensor. So it's in there. If you've got a sensor that's giving you slightly erratic readings, this will take out the damping. We'll put in some damping, not take it out. It'll take out the error factor and allow the unit to control. Offset. This is the calibration parameter for the sensor and the controller. We'll cover that in another video, also on YouTube, which you can access from the website, but we'll pass over that one for now. CT is the cycle time. 2, 1.5, any of those will operate the machine adequately. 2 just gives you a little bit more stability once you've opened the lid and closed it again. If you go too low, again, you can get twitchy if there are any major changes to the temperature inside the machine. So 2 is the default setting. SPL, this is a set point lock. If you don't want anyone to be able to change the settings you put in, you change this to on, and it'll lock out the buttons. So without going back into the parameters, it stops little fingers changing things. But again, we leave that off as a default setting. AEN, this is in disable mode at the moment. We don't use the parameter, so it's disabled. It'll take you back to SP 37.5. So we're back to where we started at the beginning of the second set of parameters. What I'll do is I'll read quickly through the parameters so they've got a complete list of them. In the first settings, which you get into by pressing the right and left buttons together and holding them, once it flashes you press the center button. The first parameter is SENS and the value is 810. Then RLO 0, RHI 40, OUTS 0.210 or 0.212 for the USB versions, SPS 1, AL1T DER, CNTL R-P, and TUNE MAN. The second set of parameters, which you get to by holding the right and center buttons together, SP1 37.5 or whatever operating temperature you want to be at, PB 0.5, RSET 3.40, RATE 0.35, BIAS 25, AL1 0.5, FILT 0.2, OFFS is the calibration, which we'll come to in another video, CT2, SPL off, AEN DIS or disable. If all those parameters are correct in the machine, then the machine will operate at standard factory settings. Just beware that you haven't got any minus figures in front of numbers where there shouldn't be minus figures. Check also that if you've altered the tune parameter to easy, it will reset all the second set of figures. and they will not come back. You'll have to input them again in the manual mode. Okay, I hope this has been useful. There are more videos accessible on YouTube through the website www.abincubators.co.uk. Thank you.